Imagine walking into a room. Maybe it's a networking event, a job interview, or your own family gathering, and you say one sentence. Suddenly, people pause their conversations, turn toward you, and lean in because they have to hear more. Sounds impossible, right? Well, there's a little-known technique that some of the most charismatic and influential people on the planet use to create that exact response. And here's the kicker. It's not about being a smooth talker, having fancy credentials, or even wearing the perfect outfit. It all comes down to something so simple, yet so criminally overlooked in today's world that 90% of people miss out on its power, while the top 10% quietly use it to skyrocket their influence, relationships, and even their careers. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal this secret sauce, straight from the legendary Dale Carnegie. How to win friends and influence people. Chapter 2, The Big Secret of Dealing with People. But before we dive in, note this. Most people unknowingly sabotage their impact with their praise. It's a trap that kills our credibility. Stick around because I'll expose that mistake and how you can avoid it later in this video. Let's get real for a second. Maybe you felt this. You put your heart into a project at work, late nights, extra effort, triple-checking every detail, and when you finally present it, you expect at least a "Hey, great job." Instead, you get a polite nod, maybe even a thanks, but nothing close to what you hoped. You feel invisible, underappreciated, maybe even a little resentful. Or picture this, you pour your soul into a social media post, whether it's a personal story or a creative project, and you expect friends and followers to go wild over it. But after you hit publish, you check back an hour later and it's like tumbleweeds rolling through the desert. Barely any likes, no insightful comments. You can't help but think, does anyone even care? Am I not good enough? What if I told you that everyone, including the most famous entrepreneurs and world leaders, feels this way sometimes, and your favorite celebrities experience it even more? In fact, there's a story about Steve Jobs that might surprise you. He was known for being a visionary genius, but on a personal level, he craved appreciation as much as any of us. Former Apple employees have said he would light up like a kid at Christmas whenever someone acknowledged his effort or recognized a particular detail he'd obsessed over. Even the most powerful people in the world need to feel valued. And here's the kicker. If we all crave it so intensely, why aren't we giving it to others? This is the core issue Dale Carnegie digs into. Most of us wander through life needing appreciation, but we rarely give it, at least not in a genuine way. As a result, we miss out on deeper relationships, better job opportunities, and plain old human connection. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to leverage what Carnegie calls the big secret of dealing with people. And you'll also discover 2 more cliffhangers. 1. A real-world experiment that proves why this principle works. 2. The exact way you might be undermining your own compliments without realizing it. So stick around, because these insights could flip your conversations from awkward or forgettable to magnetic. Chapter 2 of How to Win Friends and Influence People highlights a truth so fundamental, it's almost embarrassing we overlook it. Honest, sincere appreciation is one of the deepest human needs. According to Carnegie, everyone yearns to feel important. And the simplest, most direct way to fulfill that need for someone is to let them know, in a genuine way, that you notice and value their efforts or qualities. But there's a fine line between genuine appreciation and flattery. Flattery is shallow and self-serving, like a used car salesperson praising your taste in cars just to make a sale. Genuine appreciation, on the other hand, demands authenticity. People pick up on that difference instantly. Think about it. If a coworker or friend compliments you on something very specific, like the way you solved a tough problem or how you added a creative twist to a project, you feel genuinely seen. Your brain lights up with that delicious dopamine rush, you feel a boost of confidence, and your sense of loyalty or fondness for that person increases. Conversely, if they say, yeah, good job, I guess, your internal alarm bells go off. You know they're either insincere or indifferent, and it doesn't land at all. There's a reason why some people thrive under pressure while others shut down. Science has uncovered a powerful effect, one that can instantly boost performance, motivation, and even self-worth. But before I break that down, let me show you just how personal this can get, with a story that might hit closer to home than you expect. Meet Alex, a dedicated employee at a mid-sized tech company. Alex has been working there for 2 years. They stay late, solve difficult bugs, help teammates with no questions asked, and never brag about it. One night after pulling a 14-hour shift to finalize a product launch, Alex is exhausted. The next morning, their manager barely glances at them and just says, "We're behind schedule, work harder." No thank you, no appreciation, just more pressure. Something snaps inside Alex. They start thinking about quitting. Why am I killing myself for people who don't even notice? They've even begun updating their resume and scheduling coffee chats with recruiters. But just as Alex is about to hand in a resignation letter, a new senior developer, Morgan, stops by. Morgan says, "Hey, I saw the code you wrote for the login feature. It's incredibly efficient and user-friendly. Honestly, your approach will probably save us a ton of time in the future. Just wanted to let you know I appreciate your thoroughness. It made my job a lot easier." For Alex, that single, heartfelt compliment feels like a rescue rope thrown into quicksand. They realize, wait, someone actually sees my effort. The next day, Alex comes in with renewed energy, new ideas, and a sense of optimism. One compliment, delivered sincerely, literally saved Alex from walking away. That's the power of genuine appreciation. How many people in your workplace are one unappreciated effort away from quitting? How many are one overlooked achievement away from losing motivation? How many are quietly thinking, why do I even bother? This isn't an exaggeration. Every office, every team, every company has an Alex, someone on the verge of shutting down, mentally drafting their resignation letter while smiling through another exhausting workday. Now here's the real question. Are you the kind of person who notices? A single, genuine acknowledgement could be the difference between someone staying engaged or checking out, giving their best or doing the bare minimum, feeling valued or feeling invisible. And here's the irony. When you become the person who sees and appreciates what others ignore, you don't just lift someone up. You become the one people respect, remember, and gravitate toward. Because influence isn't about being the loudest in the room. It's about being the one who truly sees people. Now let's talk about what's happening in the brain. When someone receives genuine appreciation, they experience a dopamine surge, giving them a sense of reward and satisfaction. Neuroscientists also note a drop in cortisol, the stress hormone, when positive recognition occurs. In short, appreciation becomes a mini pleasure injection, making the recipient associate you with feelings of worthiness and relief. From a psychological standpoint, a person who feels appreciated is more motivated to perform well, more likely to be supportive of you, and generally happier. It's a win-win that fosters a strong, positive feedback loop. Time for that experiment I promised. Harvard Business School conducted a study on the impact of employee recognition. One group of employees received regular, specific praise for tasks they completed. The other group only heard from managers when they made mistakes. The result? The praised group not only reported higher job satisfaction, but also showed a 14% increase in productivity after just a month. Meanwhile, the neutral criticism only group stayed stagnant or even regressed. It's almost too simple to believe. We perform better when we feel noticed and valued. Yet so few managers, leaders, or even friends make it a regular habit to praise intentionally and sincerely. Ever wonder how some of the most successful people on the planet inspire such fierce loyalty? It's not just their talent, vision, or money. It's how they make people feel. Let's break down 3 heavyweights who understood the power of sincere appreciation. And no, it's not just a corporate cliché. If there were an Olympic event for making people feel seen, Oprah would take gold every time. Ever noticed how her guests light up? That's because she doesn't just interview people, she validates them. She listens, acknowledges their struggles, and publicly credits her team for her success. The result? A fiercely loyal audience and a production crew that would probably swim through shark-infested waters for her. And here's the proof. Oprah built a media empire worth over $2.5 billion, all rooted in her ability to connect deeply with people. Her audience trusts her so much that if she says a book is worth reading, it becomes an instant bestseller. Let's talk about Richard Branson, the rockstar CEO. Branson's leadership mantra. Clients do not come first, employees come first. If you take care of your employees, they will take care of the clients. Translation: if your team feels valued, they'll go the extra mile. The man celebrates his employees loudly, from handwritten notes to surprise parties. You think your boss giving you a free coffee feels nice. Imagine your CEO dressing up as a flight attendant just to appreciate the crew. Yes, Branson did that. His people-first culture helped Virgin Group grow into a $5+ billion empire spanning airlines, telecom, and even space travel. Now look at the angle of Steve Jobs, the reluctant praiser. Now, Steve Jobs wasn't exactly known for handing out participation trophies. He was more of a tear you down, then build you up stronger kind of guy. But here's the twist. When he did offer praise, it was like striking gold. He wouldn't just say, "Hey, nice work." He'd zero in on something ultra-specific. That animation is genius. It makes the whole product feel alive. Employees would walk away feeling 10 feet tall because they knew it was real. And when someone that demanding acknowledges your brilliance, that's career fuel. His leadership, ruthless but laced with rare but powerful moments of praise, helped Apple become the first $3 trillion company. Earlier, I teased a common mistake that kills our credibility when we try to appreciate someone. Here it is, mixing praise with ulterior motives. For instance, your coworker says, "Hey, great job on that report," and seconds later asks, "By the way, can you cover my shift on Saturday?" That's not appreciation, it's a bargaining chip. When you give praise with a hidden agenda, trying to secure a favor or manipulate someone, people can smell the inauthenticity from a mile away. To ensure your appreciation truly resonates, praise first and don't immediately ask for something in return. Give the compliment purely for the sake of acknowledging someone's effort or character. If you do need to ask for help, let some time pass, or better yet, separate it completely from the compliment session. Now let's jump into 5 powerful, proven techniques to help you become a genuine appreciation master. Trust me, if you apply even one of these today, you're going to see immediate changes in how people respond to you. 1. Laser-focused praise. How to do it. Identify a specific quality or action you admire. Instead of saying, "You're so smart," say, "Your breakdown of the user data was brilliant. It made the whole project easier to understand." Why it works. Specificity shows you truly notice and value exactly what they did. It's the difference between a bland thanks and a heartfelt motivational compliment. 2. Use emotional adjectives. How to do it. Go beyond standard words like great or nice. Incorporate adjectives that convey genuine emotion. "I'm amazed by how you simplified that." Or, "It's incredible to see the dedication you poured into this project." Why it works. Emotional adjectives create a deeper, more memorable impact. People feel your enthusiasm and sincerity. 3. Praise in public when appropriate. How to do it. If it's a group setting like a team meeting or a family gathering, share your appreciation in front of others. "Everyone, I just want to highlight the amazing work Sarah did on this report." Why it works. Public recognition amplifies the effect. However, be mindful. If someone is shy, a personal one-on-one might be more appropriate to avoid discomfort. 4. Keep it free of but. How to do it. Don't undermine your praise with a but. For example, "You did an awesome job on the presentation, but next time." No, separate constructive feedback from your compliment. Give your praise on its own, then later offer any suggestions. Why it works. It ensures the appreciation stands alone and doesn't feel like a setup for criticism. 5. Make it a daily ritual. 3 compliments challenge. How to do it. Commit to giving 3 genuine compliments every day for the next week. It can be as simple as appreciating a friend's sense of humor, praising your sibling's cooking, or thanking a coworker for their patience. Why it works. By making appreciation a daily habit, you train your brain to look for the good in others, which also boosts your own mood and mindset. This is your social experiment challenge. Try it for 7 days, and I guarantee you'll feel more connected to the people around you, and they'll respond to you in a whole new way. We've traveled through the heart of Dale Carnegie, big secret, that everyone craves appreciation, and discovered how giving it sincerely can transform not just your relationships, but also your work life, your confidence, and even your mental health. Remember Alex on the brink of quitting, saved by a heartfelt compliment. Remember Steve Jobs, the genius who still lit up when recognized for his work. Or Oprah, who built an empire on empathy and sincere praise. The truth is, there's a paradox at play. The people who receive the most appreciation are often the ones who give it the most. Why? Because when you lift others up, they naturally want to lift you up in return. It becomes this beautiful cycle of positivity and mutual support, a cycle that's shockingly rare in our world of hurry and distraction. Pause for a second. Think of one person, just one, who has made you feel valued in your life. Maybe it was a teacher who believed in you when no one else did, a mentor who saw your potential before you did, a friend who picked you up when you were at your lowest. Now ask yourself, have you told them? This isn't just about being nice. Science proves that expressing genuine appreciation strengthens relationships, deepens connections, and even rewires your brain for more happiness and fulfillment. And here's the wild part. When you make someone feel valued, their brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical, but so does yours. Gratitude doesn't just lift others, it lifts you too. The truth is, the most influential people in the world aren't the ones who demand attention, they're the ones who make others feel seen. So here's my challenge for you, don't just watch this video, live it. Sometime today, reach out to that one person. Tell them exactly why they matter to you. It might be a simple message, a voice note, or even just looking them in the eye and saying, "I see you, and I appreciate you." And watch what happens. Because at the end of the day, success isn't just about what you achieve. It's about how you make people feel along the way. And that is what sets truly magnetic, unforgettable people apart. If this message resonates with you, you know what to do. Stay connected, stay intentional, and I'll see you in the next one.